I want to get the read on all of this from Congressman Leonard Lance, Republican of New Jersey. Congressman, what does this measure do? Some budget watchers are concerned that it sets a stage to break the books when it comes to defense appropriation measures, sequestration figures. That's going to tempt Democrats to do the same on non-defense spending. Where do you stand on this?
I support it, and I'm glad that the president signed it into law. And, Neil, it was completely bipartisan, and this is what is needed. We have to be the strongest nation on earth militarily. That is the best way to preserve the peace.
Congressman, were there any agreements made? Because you're right, it is bipartisan. Many are behind this initiative, but Democrats want assurances, and not exclusively Democrats, that there could be similar flexibility on non-defense spending when all of this comes up. Where do you stand on that?
I want a CR that moves forward without shutting down the government.
You're talking about a continuing resolution.
A continuing resolution, and we have to do that quickly, and I am supportive of our leadership in that regard, and I hope that Democrats will agree to that, and under no circumstances should the government shut down, in particular for our brave troops in the field, and I'm sure that we can achieve that end, Neil.
Congressman, the president was alluding to this lottery system, this so-called chain migration that allowed this attacker into the country, the one who was behind the Times Square, the Midtown Manhattan attacks yesterday. Do you agree with that, and that for want of a guy who took advantage of it, we could shut it down entirely?
Yes, Neil. Obviously, we have to examine this, and he should not have been permitted to come into this country. It was a terrible thing. Immigration should be based upon merit. And I think that should be the hallmark of how we permit others from across the globe to come into this country. I favor legal immigration. I favor it exclusively on merit.
We're very close, we're told, Congressman, to a deal on moving ahead in these so-called, reconciling talks between the House and the Senate on tax cuts, that they could have something done as early as tomorrow, ready to move out by next week. Is that doable?
Perhaps it's doable, Neil, but I, of course, favor retention of SALT in its entirety. That is the continued deductibility of state and local taxes. It's a matter of federalism from my perspective, and it's been in our tax code since the beginning of the tax code in 1913. I live in New Jersey. New Jersey has high taxes, but it's based upon the views of the people of New Jersey. I want our taxes to be lower in New Jersey, but I certainly don't want a situation where we pay taxes on taxes, and that would be the situation if we were to eliminate SALT.
So is it your understanding that something will be done to accommodate your concerns? I'm a New Jersey resident myself. Obviously, those in high-tax states are going to feel that pinch. Any middle ground here, either raising that $10,000 figure or what?
We will see what comes out of the conference committee, but I favor retention of the deductibility not only of property taxes, as is currently in both bills, but also of a state income tax. And from my perspective, this is a matter of federalism, and under no circumstances, Neil, should we be paying taxes on taxes.
The incoming Democratic administration, Governor-elect Murphy, already in New Jersey, has hinted that maybe the plan to start a millionaire's tax again, they might be rethinking that because of this. What do you think of that?
I believe that the state Senate president in New Jersey, State Senator Steve Sweeney, has said that, but it's my understanding that the governor-elect wants to move forward on his proposal to raise the marginal state income tax rate in New Jersey to 10.75%. I completely oppose that. I hope Republicans in our state legislature oppose that, and I hope that
there are enough Democrats in both houses. They've got the complete run of the table. I mean, if he wants it, they'll get it, right?
Perhaps that is so, but I think that will be harmful to New Jersey, and it will mean that some New Jerseyans will leave New Jersey for Florida or for Pennsylvania or for other states, and I obviously do not favor that.
All right. Thank you, Congressman, for taking the time. We appreciate it.